All right.
Yo.
So welcome to this class.
Yeah,
I
you
don't know
can
what to
see
call
that.
it, but it's actually the goal of this class is actually to help people get familiar with good design, good graphics. I tend to see a lot of bad designs out there, and it's sometimes people don't know what good design looks like, and they don't know the creative thinking in bringing out a good design. So helping other people grow, I want to teach design, you know, and most of my influence, the people I work on Photoshop. So Photoshop is not hard. People just say this thing is hard. You just need to understand basic things and know how to do basic stuff. You get over time you grow and you get better. You get I'm still learning and I'm still teaching. You get so you can see over here to click on the new to create a new um, file. You just click on the new button. Just click on new. Follow my mouse in case you can't see anything. And if you have anything to say, just drop it on the group. I'll hopefully check the group. Why is this thing shaking like? We are working on social media graphics. If you are designing for social media graphics, just the way I said in the last class, you can always Google anything. You get Google how to, if someone comes to you and say, oh, I need a size for, I want to do a wedding flyer. I need a size. Just go to Google, size for wedding flyer. Just click on it, size for this one. You don't need really how to be cramming all of those sites. Because I'm designing for Instagram, I'll be using 1080 by 1080. If I'm designing Instagram portrait, I might be using 1080 by 330 and all of that. If I'm designing for print, I'll use all of the A4 and all of those stuff like that. But because I'm designing for social media graphics, social media flyer, that's actually why I'm choosing 1080 by 1080. So you can just click it on here. We work with pixels over here. You can always convert your inches. They give you in inches. Probably you're working with printing guys. They give you in inches. You can always convert it to what? To pixels and all of that. If you want to work with inches also, you can work with inches. The resolution is okay at 72, but if you are designing for print, probably they'll be printing it out. Probably you want to design a vest for yourself. You want to say God is good, or any vest like that. You can increase it to 300. So the resolution, so the white and everything, other things really don't matter. You can get to know about it later. So create, voila, and you have your what's it called, your screen here. Let me see.
Yeah, we are with you.
That was awesome. That's awesome. Thanks for following. So because the first design I sent to this group, that's actually what we are working on. Now, this is actually my screen. It might be different from yours. You don't need to panic. If there is anything you are looking for in Photoshop, probably the layer, you don't know where it is, you can always come to your window, check on it. You actually find it. You are looking for properties, you are looking for this thing. You even want to set your arrangement to probably be your workspace to probably be motion 3G. You can always explore all of those things. Probably you are looking for something. You can always find it under Windows. And if you are looking for it and you can't find it, just Google it. That's one thing I would say. Always Google is your friend. If you don't know how to Google, ask people. They will even people will say tell you that to Google it in that sense. Learn to use YouTube a lot. Learn to use so once you know what you are looking for, this is actually delay. I'm familiar with this kind of interface because this is my screen. It can be scattered anyhow. I know it's my own stuff. I understand my stuff. So this is actually the layer. You can see once you open your Photoshop, the layer will be locked. To unlock it, just click on it. Once you click on it, you don't unlock that. It's as simple as that. So once you unlock it like that, you want to give it a background color. The first background color we'll be giving it is probably what? Red. And to give it a red color, I will go to just follow my mouse where I go to here. Over here, can you see it? Go over here, double click on it, or probably one click save it will show. Once you click on it once, you will show. If you know the color code, you can always type it here. Why is my screen doing this way? It's not supposed to be like that. Let me remove it. Oh boy. I don't want to restart. Do you notice the way it's doing? Okay, just follow me, Sha. So I know my color code. I can always pick any color code from here. If I pick the color code, and I say, okay, you see that the color code will change from here. Let me do this. I pick a blue. You notice the blue is changing here. Now, how do I effect this change on my artboard here? I just click on Alt Delete, then I see it over there. If I'm not comfortable with this color, I can always click on this, then pick another color. Let's pick yellow. Pick yellow, okay, then Alt Delete, then you see the effect on it. Hope you guys get that now. I beg talk. So I can come again. So I want to effect a color code. And what color code am I working with? This kind of red, BE131B. And I click OK. So Alt Delete, we have a color code over here. It's as simple as that. So we are working with red, right? Now, we want to bring in an image. One of the tools I use to search for an image is actually pre-pick. Pre-pick. Let me look for probably image of somebody happy. Let's see. Happy. Remember, we want to design a social media flyer, right? To promote probably data service and all of that, credit or anything like that. Happy phone. To search on this thing, you have to use just the keyword. The keyword. Happy phone. Let's see what it will bring for us. Although I have the picture already, but I will begin to see, you have a lot of options over here. You can search for it. But because I've done the searching before, I think I've downloaded it before. And I can always search here to see where it is. Let me bring it. Hold on. Where is my image? Okay, I'm bringing in my image over here. Just drag and drop on Photoshop. It's as simple. You have your image here. It's as simple as that. So once you get your image is just drag and drop. You see that everything you have done so far is very easy. You change the color, you drag image in. Then the next question is, how do we remove this background? How can we remove this background? Just click on your image. You see, you have it on your layer. Come to this place, follow my mouse. One thing you should know about design is this. There is no one way to achieve anything. You have multiple ways to achieve anything. So if in case you are watching another tutorial, see that someone used lasso to remove background. So all you need is just, once you understand your tool, you understand what you want to achieve, you can use any means to achieve it. Don't be confused by the thousands of tutorial videos you are seeing out there. You get just understand the style that fits you. I have someone that will actually use another thing to remove what's it called, background. In fact, sometimes this particular tool I'm using might not be suitable to remove background for you, because sometimes it consumes RAM, a lot of RAM, because I actually always look for an easy way to remove my background. How do I do it? I look for the magic selection tool. Make sure you click on your image you want to work on. Click on the magic selection tool. I can just click on select object and it will select object automatically for me. But make sure if you are doing this, your RAM is actually very strong, because it will consume a lot of, Photoshop has to do with a lot of consuming powers. That's actually, people don't like it that much. People prefer to use Canva because they feel like it's actually very easy, and and it always crash in that sense. So if I click on select object, it will select automatically. It's trying to, just like AI, it's trying to select. See, perfect selection like that. And I can still decide to what? Control Z now. I can still decide to what? Select on my own. You get? It's just as simple as that, depending on which one is suitable for me. Probably because I did it somehow. Let me bring back the image. I've done Control Z. Sorry about that. So bringing back my image over here, I just click on select subject. The thing will automatically select with that. It's loading, just selecting image for me. So in case you don't want your system to to hang or anything, I'm using, for my system is kind of powerful. You can just select it on your own. Make sure once you select it that way, click on what you call select and max. Now, the reason why I use select and max is because, number one, it gives me avenue to be able to edit my selection. Number two, I can actually, tune in the edges. I mean, where we call the hair, so that it doesn't look that blunt. Because let me zoom in now. If you see this side now, it's looking like as if I didn't select this aspect. So what will I do? Just follow my mouse. I'll just click on this thing, refine edge. That refine edge, I'll just click on it. If this thing is bigger than your hand you want to edit here, you can actually just click on the box on your keyboard. Just click on it, close to P. The box on your keyboard, just click on it. You can reduce it. If you click on the other one at the other side, you can increase it. Just look for P on your keyboard. Those two boxes, one will reduce, one will increase. One will reduce, one will increase. So if I reduce it right now, if I click on it, you see it's helping me refine that edge so that it's smooth. One thing about design, how well you are good about design is attention to details. Because if you see that if I don't zoom now, I will think that probably it's fine. Someone will just put it probably on iPhone and not see that this image is looking somehow here. So if I see, I can just that bluish stuff. Let me check my WhatsApp if there's any image. There's any image. Okay. Just in case there's anything, if your mic is actually tuned on, you can just call back my attention. You see the way I'm fine-tuning those edges. Now, to adjust, all I need to do is just to click on my my space bar. If I click on my space bar, you'll see it will change to hand. Have you noticed that? It will change to hand. So if I click on my space bar, hold down, I can always drag to see where else I need to make adjustments. I say, oh, this is actually very fine. Oh, I need to make adjustments here. Let me just draw it. So Photoshop gives you ability to what? Although I'm not saying that I'm not the kind of person that will just ridicule other apps. I have friends that can do amazing stuff with Canva. If anything you can do, just make sure you can get the job done. You get? So I can work on this thing. This is actually to smoothen the edge. I don't want the edge to be too smooth. Increase the contrast. Now, under the output here, follow my mouse. Under the output here, I will click on what is called select new layer and layer mask. The reason for this is that I want to be able to go back to it in case I want to make any adjustment there. You get? So I will just click on it. Wow. Click on it. Now you can see we have removed our background. Don't worry if you have any mistake over here. We can always do manipulation to adjust it in case it's not perfect enough. You can see we are beginning to start to design. So all we need is just to properly place our design in a way that works. Get? We don't place our design with us. Make sense stuff. You see that once you can get to this stage, know that every other stage is easy to achieve. Yes. So you will notice I did something at the background. One thing that makes your design look very interesting is the fact that you can add depth to your background. Let me allow people to talk. Is the fact that you can do what? You can add depth to your background. Adding depth to your background, because I don't want the background to be what? To be very plain. What am I going to do? I'm going to go back to what? Free pick and look for what? There's something I look for. They call it, let me look for, my friend call it a name. Allow me go to my WhatsApp. Mr. Gideon. I don't know the spelling of the stuff. I will actually cut this thing. Gideon. Okay, Gideon. Sorry. It's good to learn from people. I made a design and he said that the name of this design is actually called something. So I'm trying to look for the name you called it. It's not here. Sorry for I'm just trying to show you the process. Okay, you call it new brutalism. Sorry, I have to go and confirm. So if I come here now, one thing the way I do my design is this. I get inspiration from both templates. Just like Canva. In Canva, you use design template and all of that. So just to get inspiration. So I can just click on here. I just want to have a deep background. So deep background here. I can just click on it. It's loading. So what I use for my background is actually something like this. I downloaded it. I won't just want to waste my data again because I've downloaded this before. Let me see if I can find it here. Design event banner. I think it's somewhere here. Show more. Okay. I can't find it here. Let me try to look for it. Now, instead of me creating things from the scratch, I can just like always let me just go and download this immediately, Gary. So as to save our time. Back. Where is this here again? Sorry. Free pick. Let me look for it again. Free pick. Our time is running up. Okay, let me just download this here. Or should I download this? Let me look for where it is. Sorry about that. Resource. RES. Okay, I think I have it here. I save the resources over here. Now here. So you see, this is actually what I'm looking for. This background here. Now let me drag and drop it. Just the way I drag and drop, you can actually drag and drop it. Yeah. Remember, in case you don't understand how I was able to achieve it, I downloaded it because I don't want to waste my time on creating all these tables from the scratch. You get? So if you want to download it, just go back to it, just click download. It's actually free to download over here. So once you download it, you can actually drag it. You can drag it in a way that you don't worry about the fact that it's slant. You can drag this. I will show you how they are able to achieve this effect that is bending anyhow like this. So once you drag it, take it to the back. You know the layer, once you put it at the back, it's at the back. Now, to change it to white, just double click on it. Double click on it, on this layer, come to color overlay, put white there. It's not doing it. Let's go back. Color overlay, change the blend mode to normal. It's all to be in white. So that's the way it is. Hope you guys are able to achieve that, or get how I'm able to achieve that. So it's as simple as that. Because it's too loud, I want it to be very faint. I just want to add depth to the background. I can always go to the opacity here, follow my mouse. At the opacity, I reduce it to what? So let's say 14. 14 is even too much. Let's give it how many? Let's leave it as, let me leave it as 9. 9 is okay. Now, let me even increase it here. I want to do something. Now, let me show you how they were able to achieve that effect so that it will not look very boring and plain. To add an effect to this background, I will click on my image. Anything I want to work on the layer, I click on it. Then I go to what? Filter. Once I go to filter, I look for liquefy. If I click on, for some of us who were here in the last class, we did something around liquefy when we were able to do an effect on the what? On how do I put it now? On the text on the water. You could have added this effect to it just to make it more realistic. Okay, so remember, if this thing is actually this big, you can always reduce it with that bracket sign. Because close to your pin, just reduce it. If you want to increase it, the bracket sign to increase it. So if I drag it like this, you see, can you see that effect? Just to make it very interesting. That's the way they were able to achieve that background in that sense. So if you are seeing it like this, let me go back. Control Z if you're making any mistake. So you can just like achieve it in this way. Just click on OK. So you can see your background. If you are not satisfied with it, you can always go back to your filter, liquefy, then it brings you this thing. Then you feel that, oh, I want to adjust this the more. Adjust it the more. Click on OK. Depending on what works for you. So now we can actually reduce the background to where? To very low. So you can see that now our background has what? Depth. It's as simple as that. It has what? Depth. So what else did I add to this thing? Now let's add our text to it. Let's add our text to it. What's the first text we are putting there? Let me look for the design so I can know what I'm writing. Now to add text to any of your design, just click on what? Click on text to here. Follow my mouse to the text to. Click on it, backspace. Let me increase it so that you guys can see it. X2 or more. Let me type something so that you guys can be able to see what I'm typing. Let me increase it. Let me give it a color. I will let you know how I'm doing. Just follow me. You guys are not seeing the text now. You guys can see it now. So I just wanted you guys to see what I'm typing. So let's see. Let's go enjoy, or let's use capital letter. Enjoy. Sorry, I'm a bit slow. Or am I too fast? Let me know. Enjoy data plans for you and your loved ones. Enjoy data plans for you and your loved ones. Now, this is actually center align, right? To actually work on the just the way it is on Microsoft Word, to work on your left alignment, center alignment, just click on your properties. Once you get to properties, come here at the right alignment. You can actually do it anyhow you feel like, this one will work for me and your loved ones, you and your loved ones. Let me click on this. As simple as that. So the name of this thing, the text I use over here is actually is it punk CK? I'm coming. Okay, punk regular or contrast. Now that's actually the name of PHONK, funk. Okay, I guess I pronounce it well. So now you see we've made adjustment on the text. It's as simple as that. You can see that everything I'm doing, I'm just clicking on T to do the text, change the under properties. I'll be able to change the text character in that sense. So after achieving that, what do I need to do? I can let's add let's work on the image. Let me see how many people are still here. If you are with me, let me know. Do you guys understand to this level? Let me allow everybody speak.
Yes, we understand.
All right. I don't have my admin, they are actually at redemption camp right now. So they can't be able to, help me monitor people who cannot speak in that sense. So once you get to this level now, let's work on the image. And this is actually the most interesting part of it. Because so number one, let me select this image now. How do I select this image? Click on, I want to work on the image now. Click on this. Make sure that your cap lock is not selected. If your cap lock is selected and you want to, click on any select and mark to, it's going to be showing you this plus sign, this sign like this. So make sure it's not selected. Now click on this like this. We've selected this section. I want to work on this section. Just how I'm able to achieve this section in that sense. So I'll just click on it. So if I click on Control J, it's going to what? Duplicate. Control J is going to what? Duplicate. You see? Once it duplicates that way, you can see it. I have it here. Hope you follow my mouse. I have it over here. I have it. So I'm going to add what? An image or I'm going to add the text to it. I want to make it very interesting and very dramatic. I draw the shape I got the shape here. Follow my mouse here. I'm a little bit fast because of the time. We still have another design to make. I hope you'll be able to make that also. Just here, click on it. Then just come close here. Then let's give this shape, let's give it a text. Come to your character. If you come to your character here, you can just give it green. The shade of green I want to give it is actually 21. Sorry, it's actually the color code is 218774. 4. 218744. You see that it's changed almost immediately. Now, if I'm using, that's actually why you should notice that if I'm using this, actually, this particular text to this particular feature, follow my mouse, this particular feature here, I will need to do Alt and delete to be able to achieve an instant effect. But right now, I went to property to just change it right now. And I can always change it to any text I want to change it to. Any text I want to change it to. But let's stick to this. Now, because I've been able to what? Isolate this double or duplicate this shade, this aspect I want to know, effect is on. I can just power click on this. To power click on first the object on top, then click on your Alt. Once you click on Alt, click on the, you will see that it will change. See my mouse now. It will change to one effect like that. You'll see that you should see under. Like I just click on it. Wow. You'll see, you've just edited it. So I've just changed that bluish, that white background. I've given it a blue effect. It's as simple as that. Hope you guys are getting that. It's as simple as that. Very simple. Now, let me add another effect. I use an effect where, what's it called? I use as, the effect was as if this thing is changing, as if you want to tear it in a way. I went to, what's it called? Free Pick. I use Free Pick a lot. I trust Free Pick for any design inspiration. Just put ton paper or page effects. If I click on page effects, you'll see it's over here. This is the kind of, let me use this one. You see? So everything I'm doing is not as if I'm just leveraging on something online and being able to achieve it. You can see this thing. I think I've downloaded something like that. Let me see it here. Technology, elevate. I need to find all of this stuff. Today, I've downloaded something similar. Flat image, music, design piece, professional, $100, bundle, DJ. Sorry, I'm trying to look for that effect. Oh, I can't find it here. I might need to download it again. So let's go back to Flipic. Let's go back to it. Where is it, Seth? So I can just download one. Let me see, which one can I use now? I'm looking for a nice one that can actually work. Let me look for the next page. Okay. All right, this is actually the one I used. Thank God, I've downloaded this thing before. I can't just find the folder again. I thought I've actually asked it on the resource file. But in case you need any of these things, you can just let me know in the on the group. Hope anybody is not asking questions on the group. And just let me know. Then, so once I double click on this, now this I downloaded it as what's it called? Illustrator. So I can open it because that's actually why, as a designer, you will need two things. Me, for one, I juggle between Illustrator and Photoshop a lot. Illustrator and Photoshop is still opening. Well, let's start creating the rest of our text here so we can be able to achieve something on time. Okay, so so let me see if it has opened. Okay, still opening. So let's duplicate this rather. Just click on it, then drag. Click on it, hold Alt, then drag. That's actually how I'm able to, instead of going back to the text and all of those things. So I go to the text, Control A, so I light up, then cancel. Then let me say MTN. MTN. SME spacebar N or N. If you notice, whenever I click on any sign key, it's going to give me one demo effect like that. It's actually because the font I downloaded is actually fake. Yeah, I don't have money for the original one. Okay, so I can actually always change this. That's actually one thing. Nobody will know until they see your raw file. So to change it, just highlight it. Just pick another font that will not cast you like that. Let's pick this one. Get. So that's the trick I use there. You can see my thinking design process now. Actually, the trick I use. Just click on this one. Come here to let's go in. I don't know why my Photoshop is blinking this way. All right, so we've achieved this, right? Now, while we are waiting for, let's see, so Illustrator has opened. You notice one thing about Photoshop or using all of these tools, I can always drag and drop. See the way I'm dragging. All I need is just to double click on this till I select this one alone. So once I select it, I can just drag it into Photoshop. Our whole Photoshop will not crash. You see, I have it here right now. Now, I want to flip it. To flip it, just right click on it. You will see the option. Once you right click on it, just flip horizontal. Drag it here to the side. Click on it like this. Just make your adjustments. The way it is, just make your adjustments. Make your adjustments. Make your adjustments. It's as simple as that. You know, we've gotten that effect now. The another question will be, how will you now make that background look interesting? How do I do that? Just click on box. All of these things, all you are doing will just text and using. In fact, I used to tell people, if you have used Canva before, you can actually succeed using Photoshop because you are always leveraging. You don't necessarily have to design from the scratch. You get? Let me give these blocks yellow color. Or let's give it this green. Let's give it this green. Carry it to the back. Go to your layer. Bring it to the back, to the back, to the back. You see that it's here like this, Abby? Now let's adjust it a little bit. Now, how do I adjust it? Just the way I did it like that. Just right click on it. It will bring it this here. I will use scale or distort. Let me use distort. Distort will actually be able to adjust it in a way. My goal is to hide this thing so that you guys will not see what I'm doing at the background. In that sense, you can see I've had an effect to it. Simple. I can give it any color. Now I want the background to show, so it will look as if, make it very dramatic. I can just come to that text here, come here to that blend mode, go to probably something like, you can see it's changing as I'm moving my mouse on the effect. Which one do I want to choose right now? Oh, let me choose something a little bit. Let me use dodge color. Let me reduce the opacity a little bit. You can see. So it looks very realistic. In fact, I can even add shine to all of these things. But that is not our conversation for today. You can see how I'm able to achieve all of these things. You can see that this thing is actually very easy to achieve. Now, there's something I also did which is actually to what I added an effect to the background of this picture. How do I do that? To duplicate your picture, just click Ctrl J. You will see to duplicate, come again, Ctrl J. Now, Ctrl J, you can now see where my mouse is. Just follow my mouse. I click on the one under. I want to add an effect to it. So if I the effect I want to add is white. So I'll just double click on it. It will bring me what? To this effect. Then I will give it what? Color overlay. If I give it color overlay, then give it white. You can see that I can't see the effect. But the moment I begin to adjust it in a way, I want to make it like shadow. Let me do it. Let me remove something in front of it. You can see what I did. I remove. So the one at the back actually, that's actually the way it is. So I will now click on the one behind. I want to give it that effect. So if I begin to click on my arrow key to adjust, you can begin to see the adjustment. That's actually how I'm able to achieve my white shadow effect. So to give it another drama, So you can see that we are beginning to come up with our design. It's beginning to look very interesting. Say that, our design don't make sense. You see that design is actually very easy to understand. All you do is just to be able to, this tutorial will be available. You can go back to it to see how we're able to achieve all of these things. You get? So we've added this effect to it. Now, let's put this one inside the shape. Let me draw my shape box again. Put it somewhere here. Put it somewhere here. Put it somewhere here. Let's give it a color. Click on the property. Give it this color. Once you give it this color, to change the roundness, I can still go to the property. You will see it over here. Follow my mouse. If I give it 50, everything will change back to 50. Notice that everything will only change because this icon over here, that link over here is actually clicked. If it's not clicked, if I want to probably change one radius to 50 and others, this thing, I will actually click on this one. But because of our time, let's just do that. So I've done that carefully. If I click on my this thing, my text, I can bring it on this. If you see it's under, just go to your layer, bring what is under on top. If you bring it on top, make the adjustment so I can sit on it well. Once it sits on it well, let me give it the color that I know that can work. Let me give it the right color. Go to property. Let's change the color. Click on the color. Let's make sure we are using the right color. Let's use C, B, D, B, 3. Okay, let's use this color. This color actually looks a little bit cool. Let's change the text to black. Change the text to black. You see, we are beginning to come with our design right now. So now you guys want to now see how I'm able to bring it inside that text, that it will look very natural, as if everything is what is falling out of it. Let's first place it here. Let me duplicate it. Let me just be placing it and be duplicating it. To duplicate, Ctrl Z. I've clicked on my layer. I've clicked on the two this thing. Let me group it. Ctrl G to group. Then if I click on my Alt, and if you click on the Alt, you see. Let me click on the group. If I click on Alt, you see that my cursor will change to that double sign. Just drag it. Oh, sorry. Once you notice that it's picking something else, just go to your auto select. It's because my stuff is on auto select. That's why it's selecting something else. Uncheck your auto select. Then click on your Alt. You can see we have it right now. So I can begin to make interesting adjustments to it right now. Interesting adjustments. Let me turn it. Interesting adjustments. Interesting adjustments to it. If I click on my Alt again, I can make another adjustment to it. You get probably something like this. Are you guys following me? Hope you're understanding the magic of Photoshop, what I'm doing. It's as simple as that. So let's just edit the text.
Yes,
let's turn this to. Okay, thank you very much. So you can see that design is actually very easy to achieve. Let me go to this thing. To adjust it, just to make my work easier. That's actually why I'm duplicating it in a way. If I go to my text now, click on the text, I can just click on this one like this. Highlight it and to give it what? Glow. Global CG. Give it that one. Come here to what's it called? Because if you see, I'm trying to click somewhere, it's not clicking. It's because I uncheck my selection, auto selection too. So if I click on this one again and come here again, I click on this, cancel it, give it what? Airtel. AIRTCEL. Airtel. Airtel is how many gig? Or Airtel CG. Let me give it 28. 28. You can see we make adjustments to all of those stuff like that. Let me give it a stroke. I didn't remember to give it a stroke. To give it a stroke, I can just always come here, click on my triangular tool as my layer, this thing, go to properties. You will notice it's because it's no stroke. You can see the color. The stroke color is actually not filled. If I click on the stroke color, I'll give it black. It's not showing because the stroke color is actually 0. I can increase from 0. Imagine if you can't find your properties, just go to what? Windows. Under Windows, you will find your properties over there. You see it, properties, it's checked because it's there. In case you are even looking for it, just click on it. Even if you are not sure, if it's checked, just click on it to pop out. You see it, properties, you can see stroke has been added to it. If I come here again, click on my triangular tool, go to this thing. It's because I've actually, slant this thing. That's actually why it's giving me this shaggy style. Let me just use, I can use another method to achieve that. How will I do that? Just double click on it. If I double click on it, so you can see there's no two way to achieve this. If I click on stroke, it's adding stroke to it. Give the stroke black. So I just use 2 ways to achieve stroke now. Give the stroke 2. Okay. I don't achieve my stroke. You get? It's because I've already slant this thing. That's actually why I can't edit the stroke again. But there's another way to edit the stroke. You see my point now? If I come here again, the same issue, double click on it. It will bring me this layer, this thing. Click on stroke. You will see it. I've added stroke to it. I can actually decide to add this one to the back. Let me go where I group it. Go and add it to the back. Yeah, just to make it very interesting. You can see our design is beginning to come very helpful. Now, let me group all those layers together. Follow my mouse. See the way I'm grouping it. Highlight it. Alt, click on your, what's it called? Shift. Click on this. The next one. Group it together. Once you group it together like that, add what I call layer mask, because we'll be removing this object just to make sure that it's coming from the phone. Add layer mask to it, because that's actually how we are not going to use this one. So now let's select our this thing again. Because I want to cancel this aspect, this area again, alone, I will select this layer mask, then come to what I call, what is it called? This lasso tool over here. Click on the lasso tool. Once I click on the lasso tool, I can just drag it from here. Just drag it like this. Drag it like this. Drag it like this. You don't select with that. You see, once you click on this, on the lasso tool, click on that layer mask you went for. Now click on your brush tool. See my mouse. Once I click on the brush tool, I just do an effect like this. It's not doing, Abby. Let me change it to black if it will do. You can see. Do you guys get my point now? That's the way I'm able to cancel it. So it looks as if it's coming from what? From the layer. So you can see that it looks as if it's scattering. That when the moment the guy fling his hand, everything begins to fall out. So it's making your design look very, very interesting. You can see. So that's the way I'm able to adjust it. Although there are little tweaks I can actually add it to it just to make it very complete. But you can also add your own style. You get, it's as simple as that. So that's the way I'm able to add it very clean. Very clean. So you can also, you just pay attention. If you don't get it, you can also rewind and see how I'm able to just cut out this aspect. Just cut it out and make the adjustment. So we've been able to achieve that properly well. You get, achieve that properly well. Let's see a similar this thing we are able to achieve. Let me look for social media, because we are looking for we are designing for social media. So I want to make the design look very dramatic. A successful design, is actually when your viewer can check your design, and even if they are not buying, it used to happen to ladies. Imagine a guy is just looking at you. It's just, you just want them to just be looking at that design, like, as even if they are not interested, they want to, they will see the details and they will fall in love with the design. Once they fall in love with design, they will want to come and buy from you because they know that you are investing well in your design. Let's look for social media now. Social media. Social media. Let me look for it under JPEG. Let me see if I think I have downloaded it because I've worked on the design before. So you can actually see a lot of a lot of social media effects. You can use the one that suits you, the one that works for you. Which one did I download? Let me see if I will see it here. Sir. Realistic cloud, no. All right, here, this is it. So if I click on this right now, if I click, is it here? Let me see. Oh, this is not it. Sorry, this is not it. I don't download plenty things to do. Elevate social. Okay, this is it. I used to download a lot. That's it, because I don't. That's actually what makes your design looks very interesting. You spend money on data. You download, and one of the reliable source I go to is actually Flippy. It's still loading. Still loading. Now you can see it. I can just bring this. Let me save my file in case Photoshop wants to fuck me up. Control S. To save, just click on Control S. Just let's call it real class. Real class. I can save it under desktop. So because I'm always afraid of Photoshop. Photoshop can just decide to crash. Yes, you have to keep saving. You have to keep saving. Okay. Now, can see it like this. So all I just do is just drag it inside. Let me reduce it so it doesn't give us any bad thing. Just drag it inside. So if I drag it right now, I want to make it very interesting. You can see the way I drag it now. I want to make it in a way that is very, very interesting. Just the way I did this, excuse me, just the way I did this first one, that's the same method we are going to achieve what this other one also. Click on it, just click on add layer mask to it. Once you add layer mask, just come here like this. Come here. In fact, you can just come here like this. Come here, Control Z. Sorry, just follow my mouse. Come here. Oh, let me make the adjustment well, so it will not. So I'm trying to just make it look almost. It's almost time. Look very interesting. So if I come here, it seems 1 hour is not enough to do tutorial class like this. Let me just come here. I want to make sure I'm selecting the right place. Make sure I'm selecting the right stuff rather. I can just come here. Just let me select this area. Select. And once I select it, I can click on the layer marks, go to my brush, then delete it. Delete it. So the moment I delete it now, you can see my effect. It's not looking that clean. I can make the adjustment. I can always come back to it to make an adjustment. Okay, let me just zoom closely so you can actually be able to work on this very well. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. So this is actually the way it is. Let me remove the selection. We made a mistake over here, gone. We can always go back to adjust this. If you come here like this, you select and max. If I click on this one, I can. You see that how it's good to always zoom out. You see that I can always. That's the essence of select and max. All the mistake I make, I can always make the adjustment here. If I click on OK, see that is actually why it's good to always zoom out. Now let me now click on this one. Click on this. Hope I'm able to pick everything. Let me use my control. Oh, sorry. Control Z, Control Z. Okay. I want to make it very neat. Very neat. So let's, I guess it's good this way. Let's see how we can actually delete it. Also, this layer marks, then see the way I'm deleting it. I can still Control D to deselect. I can still select other parts and say, okay, this part, I don't like you again. I don't like you, I don't like you, I don't like you. Get out of here. Get out of here. Can you see the way I'm doing it now? So that's actually how it is, how I'm able to achieve designs like that. So you see, it's making it look very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. And one thing I always want to achieve in our design is actually the feel. The feel of your design. How many people are still in class? Hey, everybody is sleeping. Okay. Just follow closely. It will soon be done once we are able to achieve this. One thing I'm able to is actually the feel of your design. And how to achieve feel is actually to add noise to it. I've actually done a noise under the resource section. I can always go and download noise from what's it called, from Freepik. This is actually the texture. I can always download texture. The texture. I'll just drag it on this and then place it here. You can see the texture right now. If you want to download your texture, you can always go to what's it called? I'm coming. Okay, fine. Okay, you see how I'm able to achieve this texture. If you want to do the texture, just click on your Alt and plus. No, let me see. It's not Alt and plus. I think it's called noise. There's Alt, is it Control and plus? It's not Control and plus. Shift plus. It's not Shift and plus. Okay, once you click Alt and plus, it will give you this. Once you come here, just click on 50% gray. Click on the. This is actually how to create the texture, but it's actually a long thing. But because it doesn't give me what I really want, I just go to Freepik and look for probably a design that has a similar texture I want to achieve. Download the design, then place it on it. Because that's actually the way. I don't like the way this texture is actually showing on our image. It's not making it look very interesting and beautiful. How do I do? I just click on it and click on my layer mask, right? And go to my what's the brush tool. To increase the brush, I look on the what's it called? The shape, this open bracket. I can increase it. Then if I'm achieving, you can see the way I'm clicking on it. So I can decide to reduce itself. Because I don't want it to probably the brush texture. I don't want it to be very too strong. I can always reduce the opacity here, over here. So you can see it's not like too strong. So 18, just to make my design look very interesting. Very interesting. I downloaded something initially. This is actually on, you can only download it on Freepik. Just search for what? Emoji. If you search for emoji, you will download it. I downloaded it as a straight up file. So you just drag it. Just the way we've been dragging and dropping. Just drag it. Drag it here. The moment you drag it here, you can always adjust it. And see, it's over here. Adjust it here. And bring it down. Bring it down under those texts. Can see. It's now making it look very interesting, very fantastic, very interesting. It's as simple as that. You get. So what else do we add to it? So we can see how I'm able to achieve all of this design to this place. You see, the way I'm clicking on it is actually selected. I can what? I can lock my layer so it doesn't select anything on top. Lock the layer. Lock the layer. Lock the layer. So you can actually sorry about that. If I lock the layer, I actually duplicate this. Then I do what? Let's give it www dot what? Remember dot cheaper. Let me use my cap. Dot cheaper.com. www.cheaper.com. Remember how I can remember how I said this, the reason why it's giving me this is because I downloaded the fake font. So I can always go here to under my properties to reduce it to what? To an original font. Probably use something else because I just want the text. This thing can boala sheri in a way. For those who understand Yoruba. Sorry to those who doesn't understand Yoruba. So if I go here, I can just reduce it, add it. Now I downloaded the fake logo. There's a way I downloaded my fake logo here. I go to flip it and download just logo. I download logo over here. Let me look for logo under flip it. I can always download my logo somewhere here. I think I was looking for one logo the other time. This actually, I thought just for the sake of this tutorial, that's actually the way how I was able to download. You can just click on anyone you want to click on. Just click on this one. The guy click on self. Folder, realistic, transparent, basic, technology logo. Okay, let's use this technology logo. So you see that the way I'm juggling from Illustrator to I click on the technology logo. I can delete few of those technology logo and delete just this one. Delete this one. I want to just make it. I want to make it look like my own. So I just add the logo. Just drag and drop on it. You can see it. Now, how you can be able to change the name of the logo you are actually making adjustments to? Actually, what? Just come here. Just the way we are able to change the color. Just double click on it. Use what's it called? Power color overlay. Color overlay. Once you use the color overlay, you can be able to change what? Add the logo to it. It's as simple as that. Now, I added something very interesting also to our design here. I added one emoji like that. This emoji of this icon of what is the name of the icon? Social media. This money icon. And that's it. Let me see. Money icon. Money emoji. So you can see where I'm able to download stuff like that. I think I used something here. Let me see if I've already downloaded. I don't want to waste my data. Hope you guys are getting my thinking process now. Are you guys getting it? I want to see if it's not this one. Let me download a new one just for the sake of this tutorial. Guys, let's go back to okay, let's use this one. I think I've downloaded it before. So we are about rounding off now. Just to show you how I'm able to achieve a design like that. Although I thought we'll be able to do two design, but even to teach one right now, it's actually taking a lot of time. Yes, I can just drag it and drop. You can see my thinking process now. And now I'm able to achieve a design like this. A design. Let's say affordable data. Let me put it somewhere here. Let me increase the this thing in between. Let me put it somewhere at 60. 60 is too much. Let's give it 50. Let's give it 45. See the way I'm changing the properties in the way. See the way I'm able to make good adjustments to stuff like this. Let me so that's actually the way it is. You can actually adjust the cornering and all of those interesting stuff. You get. So that's actually the way we were able to achieve a design like this. Let me know what else is left that we've not added to it. Do you have any questions so far? Who has any question?
I have one question, sir. Please, sir. Sorry, sir. I joined late, so I don't know the name of the app that you are using. Let me first know that one first.
We are using Photoshop.
Photoshop. That means can we use our phone to do that, or only system?
No, only system actually. Photoshop is solely for system.
Okay.
Solely for system.
Okay, thank you.
I will resend. I will send a link on how you can download Photoshop. Actually, I will send a link.
Okay.
So you can see how we're able to achieve.
Thank you.
So any other person wants to ask any question? So okay, let me just do a finishing touch to this. Pause video. Screen. Hello.
I cannot see it. No, I can't see it. It's not on video. Video is on pause, Abi. Pause on video only. I can see it now.
Okay.
It's okay now.
All right. Thank you. You can see my screen now, right?
Yes, I can see it now.
All right. So that's actually how we're able to achieve stuff like this. Let me just add finishing touch to it. Like so it's as simple as that. So you can see if you want to, for the sake of accuracy, you can always drag our grid just to ensure that we are actually doing something right. Yes, you can drag our grid here and drag our grid here to see that okay, it's looking very, 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 very neat and accurate in a way. So you see, drag your what else? So I guess that's actually all on how to achieve a design like this. Because it's as very, very simple and straightforward as this. Although I was thinking we'll be able to design something else, which is actually this. So this actually that's actually how I'm able to achieve design like that. Because I was control. Sorry, I'm coming. Plus. I was thinking we'll be able to achieve another design, but currently, and that is actually this. But currently, our time don't go. You get. So this is actually the one I did in the morning. You can see. There's something I actually did here. If you see this, this thing, this is looking very dramatic. What did I do here? Let me go back to it now. I came here, real class now. Let's zoom it. I just did a little edit on the image. A little edit on the image. A little edit on the image. Click on the image. I went to filter here to filter gallery. Once you get to filter gallery, just come where around your paint block, this paint stuff. Just come here. You can see the effects right now. If you click OK, you can see it. I don't want it to look very, 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 very dry. You get. I want it to look very dramatic. You get. Sometimes to my picture, I used to go to my filter. I always add what's it called? This camera raw. I can add camera raw and add all of these presets to it to make it look very, very dramatic. But I'm not going to add it here. Okay, so once design is just about the thinking itself. How you are thinking as if I'm this guy. Number one, I'm thinking as if I see this design, is this a design I will probably want to screenshot? Is this a design I will probably want to look as if, is this thing very interesting? Because that's the way you think as a designer. Because I can always group my work, group this one here, group this one here, group this one, group this, just group it. Then come here, just group it. Here, group. And here, what's this one for? Okay, group this one here, group this one here. I can always adjust for my group now. Okay, I'll not select this one. I can always adjust. See the way because I group everything. I always adjust everything from here. See the way I'm adjusting it. Yes. And just adjust it from here. Just click on this one. You can see the way we achieve it. So you see that design is actually very easy to achieve. Well, let me make the adjustment on this face. I don't want this thing to be on the face in that way. Get. So it's as simple as that. So hope you guys can, once the tutorial is available, you can be able to make adjustment on any of these things, and just that's the way I actually achieve a design like this. It's as simple as that. But because of time, simple design, but with a little bit of manipulation, it makes it look interesting. This is actually a Mother's Day design, and from the text you can actually create the interesting design. You get. So let me just. So this is actually our design, and this is all for today. Yes, we will actually want to stop here because of time. Okay, so hope you guys are able to learn one or two things at the end of the class today. How many people so much for waiting till the end of the class? Really appreciate your time. See you in the next class. If you have any question, you can always drop it in the comment section. In the